In today's video, we are going to discuss about the next few topics in demography and family planning. We will be dealing about the National Family Health Survey NFHS4 sample registration system and civil registration system. In the previous videos, we have already dealt about the definition of demography, demographic process, cycle, and the demographic indicators. Starting with the National Family Health Survey NFHS 4. Okay, so NFHS 4 is a large scale multi-round survey. So we see that it is a large scale survey. It is multi-round. Multiple rounds have been conducted. Presently 4 rounds have been conducted till date. So it is a multi-round survey. It is conducted in representative sample of households. So where is it conducted? Only in representative sample of households. It is throughout the India it has been conducted. Till date 4 rounds have been conducted. So we see that in a sample of houses, in these sample of houses multiple rounds have been conducted, and till today 4 rounds are conducted. The NFHS 1 was conducted in 1992 and 93. NFHS 2 was conducted in 1998 and 99. NFHS 3 was conducted in 2005 to 6, and NFHS 4 was conducted in 2015 to 2016. What are the goals of this NFHS? The goal is to provide the data which is needed by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. By doing this National Family Health Survey, what are we doing? We are collecting the data which is necessary for the health and family welfare. We are providing this data to the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. It is also done to provide the information on the emerging health and family welfare issues. By doing these surveys, we get the information on the emerging health issues and also the family welfare issues. So next, what are the objectives? The objective is to provide the information on family planning, on maternal and child health care, reproductive and child health care, quality and utilization of health and family planning services. What is the quality of the health and family welfare services? And also how much is the utilization? How much in practice? How many people are making use of these health and family planning services can also be the information regarding this can be collected. What is the nodal agency of NHFS? It is the International Institute for Population Sciences, IIPS, International Institute of Population Sciences. It is situated in Mumbai. So NFHS, I hope it is clear guys. NFHS what? National Family Health Survey is a large scale multi-round survey. Till today 4 rounds have been conducted. What do we do in this? We provide the information for Ministry and Health Services. We also give the information regarding the emerging health issues, family welfare issues. We also collect the information. It also provides us the information. This survey provides us with the information on family planning, MCH, RCH, and also the utilization and the quality of the health and family planning services. The agency is IIPS. It is situated in Mumbai. What were the key findings of NFHS? The total fertility rate was observed to be 2.2. The mothers who were receiving the full antenatal care services were 21%. So we see the quality and the utilization of these services, right? So we see that the mothers who were receiving the ANC, antenatal care services, were 21%. At least 4 ANC visits done by the women were 51% of the reproductive women, pregnant women, were making 4 ANC visits. Institutional deliveries were 79%. Exclusive breastfeeding was practiced by 55% of the population. Fully immunized children were 62%. and the low weight for 8 children, that is undernutrition were 36. The low weight for height children, completely wasting was observed in 21% of the children, and also low height for 8 children, the stunted growth was seen in 38% of the people. Undernutrition, wasted and stunted. District level household survey. So the key findings, the percentage is not very important to memorize. For you just have to remember that we get the key findings. The fertility rate, the total fertility rate can be assessed, that is the total number of children a woman is bearing. Okay, the average you're taking, 2 children 1 per woman is nothing but the fertility rate. Then 2 babies per woman. Then mothers receiving ANC, and ANC visits the mother is making. Then after ANC, antenatal care, institutional delivery. After delivery, breastfeeding, exclusive breastfeeding, and also getting the baby immunized. Then we have 3 things, that is underweight, wasted and stunted babies. Then we have district level household survey. District level household survey is also known as ad hoc survey. District level survey is also known as ad hoc survey. It is not done at frequent intervals. District household survey is not done frequently. It includes the social parameters which are affecting the health. What are the social parameters which are affecting the health can be assessed using the district level household surveys. The states which are used as a yardstick for the health in India is Kerala. Why did they select Kerala as a yardstick for conducting these surveys? It is because of the high literacy rates in Kerala, and also the older age of the marriage. The age of marriage is increased in Kerala, and also the life expectancy is quite high because they are very literate. Early diagnosis, treatments are taken, and also health will be maintenance of health will also be good. So higher life expectancy is observed, high literacy rate and older age of the marriage. National Population Stabilization Fund is aimed at achieving the population stabilization. So we see that the National Population Stabilization Fund, the stabilization fund is aimed at achieving the population stabilization by 2045. So we are done with National Family Health Survey. Now let us move on to sample registration system. In sample registration system, which came into act in 1960, it is a system of collection of data to give national and subnational estimate of vital indicators. Consists of continuous enumeration backed by 6-month survey. So what do they mean here? You're collecting the data at national level and also at the sub-national level, at state level, districts level. So you are collecting the data at national level and also at the state level, estimating what? The vital indicators like the birth rate, death rate, the infant mortality rates, all these you can, and the growth rate, annual growth rates. You are estimating the vital indicators consisting of continuous enumeration backed by 6-month survey. It is the dual survey, dual record system. For a backup 6-month survey is started. So when you are conducting the national survey, meanwhile the 6-month survey is also in the backup which is being done. So we see that it is a dual record system. Why dual record? It is because the field investigations are done on one hand. On the other hand, independent retrospective surveys are also conducted. So we see that in the first place, the field investigations give us an enumeration of birth and death rates by the enumerator. The enumerator provides us with the enumeration of birth and death rate. And the independent retrospective survey is done every 6 months by an investigator, also a supervisor. So we see that it is a dual record system. Dual record. First, field investigation. On the other hand, individual retrospective survey. Field, it gives us birth and death rate by the enumerator. Here the supervisor, under the supervisor, every 6 months this individual retrospective survey is conducted. Following the field investigations, followed by the field investigation. 6 months later we do the independent retrospective survey. It is done every 6 months. It is also known as bimanual registration system. Biannual, I'm sorry guys, biannual. Annual is what? Yearly. Biannual is was 2 times per year. Okay, so which means that every 6 months. Biannually is twice per year. It is also known as biannual registration system, also known as dual registration system. It is done at state level and also at the national level. So we saw that national and subnational level it is conducted for triangulation and matching of events. So what do? First field investigations will be done. Then we go and re-verify. We verify the information or the data collected by individual retrospective studies. By individual retrospective studies we go and do the verification. So it now covers the entire country because it is done at both state and national level. It provides the annual national and state level estimates of fertility and mortality. So now we are going and recording the information. We said what information are they estimating? They are estimating the fertility as well as the mortality. The birth rates, fertility, and the mortality is nothing but the death rate. What is the advantage of this survey? We see that it provides us a elimination of duplication. By this we can eliminate the duplication because both field investigations as well as the independent retrospective surveys are done simultaneously. As a result, any duplication of the information can be eliminated, and also it's a self-evaluating technique. What are the objectives of this? Primary objectives is to obtain the statistics on the probable causes of death. So by doing this, now we know that we see the in the sample registration survey we see the birth rate as well as the death rate. The cause of the death using lay diagnosis reporting, that is nothing but post death verbal autopsy method. What do you mean by post death verbal autopsy? Verbal. In this, you investigate the caretakers, the relatives, the children, and the closed ones, and we find out, we investigate the cause of the death. By understanding this probable causes of the death, we obtain a statistics. For example, the 10 people were dead, and dead in them 4 we found out the causes verbal autopsy. Out of this 4 people died of heart attack. By this we can understand the probable causes of death using this lay diagnosis reporting, that is the verbal autopsy method. What is the main objective? This was primary, to obtain the statistics regarding the probable cause of the death. What is the main objective? It is to estimate the birth rate, the death rate, infant mortality rate, and the annual growth rate. That is nothing but the vital statistics of a population have been estimated. At the division level, it is done in rural areas. At the state level, it is done in urban areas. So I hope it's clear. What is a sample registration system? In sample registration, we are collecting the data at the national level and subnational level, which is nothing but the state level. What are we collecting? We are collecting the vital indicators, and it is enumerated by 6-month survey, which is nothing but independent retrospective survey. We do field investigations and we estimate the birth and death rate, followed by the individual independent retrospective survey, which is done by the supervisor. It is done every 6 months. It is also known as biannual registration system and dual registration system. So what are the advantages? We can eliminate the duplication, and self-assessment evaluation can also be done. Objectives: primary, to know the cause of the disease by inquiring from the people. And the main objective is to estimate birth rate, death rate, infant mortality rates, growth rate, etc. District level is done in rural areas, state level in urban areas. What are the components of this sample registration system? It is to obtain the resident population of sample area. So we get to know the resident population, about the inhabitants of that area. We also enumerate the vital events like the birth rate, death rate, we updating of the house list. So we see that after 6 months, if any houses are added, or new inhabitants are seen in that particular area, we update the house list, the list of the women in the reproductive age group in that particular locality, along with their pregnancy status. It is useful for the estimation of fertility. Why are we asking about the pregnancy status of the reproductive age group of the women? It is to know the fertility estimation can be done. Fertility rates or the estimation of the fertility can be done. And also we are matching the events during enumeration and half yearly survey. Under the enumerator, we enumerated the fertility and mortality data. Now the half yearly survey, independent retrospective survey, help us to match the the information obtained. Field verification of unmatched and partially matched in events. If the information is unmatched or it is only partially matched, the field verification can be done. Filling of the verbal autopsy forms. The verbal autopsy forms should be filled to know the cause of the death, probable causes of the death in the population. Finding of sample registration systems in 2018 showed that the crude birth rate was 20.4% and the crude death rate was 6.4%. Infant mortality rates were 34% and the growth rate was 14%. The regular reporting of these health statistics is done. It is to enumerate the trends of the disease. By the regular reporting of these health statistics, we understand what are the trends of the disease. Initially, we had many respiratory conditions. Now, what is the present trend? Is it the heart diseases which is occupying, or is it the cancers? So the PERT enumerates the trends of the disease in the community, and also to appreciate the health personal efforts, those who are working towards these surveys and providing the health services. We to appreciate these health personal efforts, and also for epidemiological researches we also get the information. So this sample registration system, I hope it is clear, guys. We estimate the birth rate and death rate under the enumerator in field investigation. In independent retrospective study, it is followed by 6 months under investigator or supervisor. We estimate the vital indicators of the population: birth rate, death rate, infant mortality rate, and the annual growth rate. We also update the house list, we do the matching, verification, and also very important, verbal autopsy forms are filled to know the probable cause of death. Moving on to the civil registration system. And this is the last thing under demography, the civil registration system. Under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the birth and death registration system is technically known as civil registration system. Civil registration system is under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, obviously. And what does it do? It is a registration system. It is a civil registration system which is also known as the birth and death registration system. It is also a vital registration system. Registrations of the births and deaths are compulsory under Birth and Death Registration Act of 1969. So the registration of the birth and the registration of the death is made compulsory under the Birth and Death Registration Act, which was passed in 1969. Under this act, the birth must be registered within 21 days and also the deaths must be registered within 21 days. If the person is an NRI, it must be recorded within 90 days of birth and death. The number of days is equal for both birth and the death. Recording of the birth should be done within 21 days and the death should be done within 21 days. If the person is an NRI, 90 days has been given for him. If the child is born to Indian couple outside India, then the birth must be registered within 60 days. If it is born outside India, then within 60 days, as soon as they return back to India, it has to be registered within 60 days of arrival in India. In case of a delayed registration for birth or death, in case the birth registration and the death registration is not done, it is delayed, then if it is after 21 days, usually if they are recording it within 21 days, in less than 21 days, it's not a problem, there's no issues. If they are recording after 21 days, if it is more than 21 days to 30 days, late fee is taken, late fee is charged. If it is after 30 days up to 1 year, from 1 month to 1 year, from 1 month to 1 year, after 30 days to more than 1 month to 1 year, they charge the late fee, and also a written permission from the district registrar is necessary. We need to get a written permission from the district registrar. We need to get a permission from the district registrar. After 1 year, if the registration for the birth or the death is done after 1 year, then they will be obliged to pay the late fee, and also they have to get an order of executive magistrate. An order from the executive magistrate is necessary. I hope it's clear. If it is above 21 days to 30 days, only late fee. If it is 30 days to 1 year, late fee plus permission from district registrar. If above 1 year, from the executive magistrar plus late fee. Registration coverage in India. The birth registration is done up to 89%. Birth registration is done up to 89% births are registered. Death, 74% of the deaths are being registered in India. Registration of the name of the child. After the registration of the birth, even the name of the child has to be registered. So we see that within 12 months of the birth, if the name of the child is registered, it is done free of charge. Within 12 months, if you register the name, it is done free of charge. If it is done after 12 months of the birth till 15 years, a charge of ₹5 is regulated. So we see that in civil registration system, the birth and the deaths are recorded. The births and death have to be recorded within 21 days. NRI up to 90 days there is a facility given. If they are born outside India and the couple return back with the baby, they have to register the birth within 60 days. If they register after 21 days to 30 days, late fee, 30 days to 1 year, late fee plus permission from district registrar. After 1 year, late fee plus permission from executive magistrate. They have to get an order. Then the coverages we saw, birth rate is 89%, the death registration is 74%, births registration is 89%. The name of the child, within 12 months if they are doing, it is free of charge. From 1 year to 15 years if they are doing, a charge of ₹5. So with this we complete the civil registration system and come to an end of demography. I hope everything is clear. In the next videos we'll be dealing about family planning. If you like my video, hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you.